The purpose of this recording session is to manage the customer display names in our product price list. So to get to this menu, from the main menu, I chose Plant Product Definitions. When we take a look at the product's price list, we have a display name column, and this is primarily for staff. And then we have the customer display name, which can be different. And these display names are the ones that print on all of the customer documents. So these are going to be the kinds of things that the customer sees. So you have the ability here to change this in any way you want. This is the default. Now remember that on each customer order, you can go to the customer display column and type anything that you want on an individual order to help the customer know what plant is being shipped. If I want to change the default, I have the ability here to type anything that I want to type in here. I can change how this types out, how it's created. But basically what I've got is I've got a combination here on this particular line of the plant and the size, and then depending on what products I've chosen, I'm going to choose how to assemble these things into this display name. If I want to just type something in there and then lock it down like I did right here, I can easily go over to all the way to the far right, and I can lock that down so that no changes will occur by clicking the Lock Display Name. So no changes will occur in the future as I make changes to my product list. So in this case, let's suppose I want to make a change to the way, let's say that I've had some questions from my staff and I want to clarify a little bit on some of the plant names. So let's take right here, for example. I went out to my default master plant list and I changed this Crotius to African Daisy. So I put African Daisy in here, which is the common name, but instead of combining common name on the end, I just want to put it in parentheses as a part of the plant name. Well, the way that happens, in order to make all this work, I go back to my product definitions, I go to the master plant list, and then I would change, I'm going to sort the list here. Notice that, by the way, this one is going to be out of sequence here because of the space in the front. So if I double click into that item, remove the space, it will now be alphabetized. Okay, so if I scroll down and find the African, well, here's another one that I did recently too. Here I added Columbine in parentheses so that they would know what was going on, and then I added African Daisy on these particular plants. But they don't show up in the description until I take one more step. So I can change the plant, I can change the size, I can change any of the components. Then I have to go to the product definition setup, and this is where I choose which of these components are combined to become the customer display name. Now, once I've made some changes, then I just click the Apply Changes button. As soon as I click the Apply Changes button, then the changes that I made in the plant list, in the master plant list, will now carry over. So all these new little parentheses that I put in here on the Columbines and the African Daisies, those are now included on the display list here for both. This is the staff column, and this is the customer column, and both of them were updated because I did not have any of those fields locked to prevent updates. So both of them were updated as desired. So anytime you want these customer display names to be updated, you've got to remember, after you change the plants or size or whatever component part of that definition, you've got to remember to go here and click Apply Changes. So that should do it for this little training.